All right, guys, welcome to another video where we are going to cover an upcoming project in the gaming narrative that I believe is going to make a lot of noise because of the structure and how the project is being built. Okay, let's dive in. So the project that we're going to cover today is Sugar Kingdom Odyssey. So what I really like about the project is the approach that they have in terms of like remaining relevant. Because one thing that I've seen with a lot of gaming projects is that there is a big hype, and then by the time that the game gets developed, that hype gets, fades, and by the time the game is launched, everything is kind of like lost, right? Because there's not that incentive for the investors to actually stay in the project and hold and grow with the project itself, right? So I believe, the gaming narrative together with AI, real world assets is a very relevant and strong narrative. But as we all know, crypto is all about narrative, right? And the idea behind Sugar Kingdom is to create a platform where no matter what is the narrative, okay, the projects can create some engagements for their communities and use the Sugar Kingdom platform to create that engagements and let them reward with airdrops and all that stuff, right? So overall is a gaming platform, right? For BRC20 tokens, but also for other tokens as well. So he grabs that narrative, okay, of the BRC20 plus, any other narrative there is out there to create a platform where people can come in, right, as a project and create basically tournaments, and then people from the ecosystem that is going to come to Sugar Kingdom will benefit from that, and also the hodlers of Sugar Kingdom will also benefit because they will get rewards by having those communities get onboarded into the Sugar Kingdom ecosystem. Okay, so let's take a look here at a couple of things in terms of like who is behind it, right? So first of all, the team is Docs, okay, and then the second thing is that like they have a lot of partners already. And all those partners right here, whether they are hedge funds or are other projects, like one that I recognize is Codex, what they're going to do is that when the project is going to launch, okay, those communities are going to get onboarded. And they're going to be onboarded into a tournament where if you play the game, okay, you enter into this leaderboard where you can receive airdrops and rewards in the tokens that is hosting this tournament, okay, which is very, very, very cool, okay. So the way they do this, it's a very unique way, and this is how it works, right? The business model is very simple. So the Sugar Kingdom team, right, onboards a new Web3 community, okay? Then they set a tournament, okay? Then the user, they have to buy a ticket, right, in order to participate, okay? So the token that gets onboarded into the tournament will also have this buying pressure because of the tournament. The tickets, right, they get into this prize pool, all right? And then at the end of the tournament, whoever wins, right, 80% of that pool gets distributed to the winners and 20% gets distributed towards the sugar stakers, right? So this overall, if you actually see the business model, is actually very interesting. And I believe this can be extremely successful. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. And also, to be fully transparent, this video has been sponsored by the Sugar Kingdom team. However, I like the project, right? Because it's not a fly-by-night type of project. There is a thought behind it. There is a business model. And I believe that with this specific business model right here, the project can be extremely successful. Because imagine like this, right? If I want to start a project, right, and I want to get awareness for that project. And also I want to get engagement from my community. I can use this platform. I can have my community onboarded in here. They can have fun, right? Because they're playing a game. And then also they'll be able to win the prizes in the pool, okay? And at the same time, the sugar hodlers, they will be able to benefit from all these altcoins they're gonna set a tournament, right? So overall, it's not just a game thrown out there and that's it. It's actually a platform, which is totally different. And if you actually see all the best ROIs in the gaming narrative are platforms, you know, not just single games. Okay, we had a couple of single games, but those were just, you know, really one-off thing. So now let's take a look here also at the tokenomics, right? Because it's something that I always take a look when it's a new project, especially when there's VC behind it, KOLs, and all that stuff, right? So overall, the total supply of the token is going to be 100 million, right? It's not an exorbitant supply. Now, there was a seed sale, there was a private sale, then there's also a location for the KOLs, which, you know, stands for key opinion leaders, also public sale, and also some for the team, marketing, airdrop, and all that stuff, right? So at the token generation event, right, 20% is going to get unlocked for the public, 10% for the KOLs, 16% for the private sales, and 10% for the seed sales, right? And then there's going to be linear vesting for the daily vesting for 4 months for these categories, and then for the KOLs 9 months. Okay, so but then the team, right, is not going to get any tokens for a year, right? And then it's going to be daily vested for 24 months. So that shows the commitment of the team to actually deliver on what they say, because on paper, the entire economy and the entire business model, it is actually great. And it's something that I always look on a project and say, okay, like, but what is the viability of the project, right? Because like, once it launches and there's no utilities and there's no incentive to hold the token, then everybody, you know, if they make a little bit of profit, they're going to unload their bags, right? But with this, is totally different because you can stake your tokens. And then once you have the other communities, you can, they're going to create a tournaments, then you can benefit from that because you're going to get airdropped of so many different projects, and you can, you know, start create like a decent sized portfolio of tokens that maybe you never heard of before, right? So overall, it's actually very good. And also the team, you know, has experience, right? They were involved into Decentraland, the Sandbox, and the Gearbox Entertainment. Overall, it's, you know, there is some brain behind the project. You know, it's not like a fly-by-night type of situation. Also, this was provided by the team. This is like all the key opinion leaders, right? Like there's also over 700 people now in this list of people that have agreed to work with the team, because I mean, it is actually a great project, right? The same thing like happened to me. You know, the team reached out, I made my due diligence on the project, and I said, well, I mean, like it makes sense here, right? So that's why I agreed to do this sponsored video, and I personally myself, I'm gonna be buying the token as well. So very, very interesting in terms of like what they're building. Now, when it comes down to the market cap of the token, at the token generation event, the market cap is gonna be $400,000, right? Which is extremely low market cap. And based on the amount of recognition that the project will have, I believe I wouldn't be surprised if I would see like a 10 to 20x immediately at a token generation event. Of course, bear in mind that there is a little bit of selling pressure here, but it's not exorbitant. And with the economy that is behind, there's going to be a lot of people that can be incentivized to stake, and also because like they're also running a special for the first 24 hours during the launch, so that if you buy the token, right, and you stake the sugar token, then you basically gonna get this mystery boxes, and they're basically gonna be boxes that I believe you can use when you're playing the game, and you'll be able to leverage those whilst playing the game, right? So pretty cool on that end. Now let's take a look here at the game itself, right? So you actually go on the website, you click on Play Now, okay? You'll get redirected to this page right here. Now, what I like about the project is the games they're gonna get onboarded on the platform. At the moment, there is only Candy Mania, but the other games they're gonna get onboarded, they're gonna be simple games. Because also one thing that I've noticed about a lot of like Web3 games, they're so complicated and stuff. Sometimes people just want simple stuff, right? This is a game that, even though I am not personally a huge gamer, but I would play something like this because it's easy, right? It's not complicated, right? And also I've seen like people playing this like a lot on their phones, so it's easy, right? So there's Candy Mania, right? If you actually click on play right here, you will be able to connect your wallet, and then you will be able to actually play the game itself. Then there's going to be the leaderboard. At the moment it's on beta, but once the tournament is going to get onboarded and everything is going to get seen on here. And that's also where you can stake your sugar token. As you can see right here, you can stake, and then you're going to see the rewards, and that's where you're also gonna get the airdrop on new projects that they're gonna host, right, the tournament on the Sugar Kingdom platform. Okay, so and just as a reminder, right, during the launch, if you lock your tokens for 40 hours, and then you can get like your free mystery box, which contains various tokens from 20 plus high quality partners that trust us, right? So I believe the economy is actually pretty unique, right? So overall, definitely, I can see this, being a player into the overall gaming narrative. So one thing that I also wanted to show you is about the roadmap, right? Which is actually very clear. There's gonna be the launch, right? Which is gonna be on April 2nd, and then there's gonna be the launch of the Sugar Race, right? When they're gonna onboard almost 100 projects, right? And then in Q3 of 2024, they're gonna launch the Sweet Gums, and then add NFTs as a method of payment for the tickets. And then in Q4 2024, it's going to be a permissionless environment, meaning that any project can create their own pools, right, to host the tournament. Because right now, it's basically the Sugar team that is going to onboard those communities. Then at the end of this year, their plan is to say like, okay, this is the platform. You guys can do all of that by yourself. Just onboard yourself, lock your pool, host your tournament, and then everything is going to be automated on that end, which is actually pretty dope. So overall, I like what has been built here, definitely. And then also in terms of about community, right? Because community is everything when it comes down to a crypto project. Now, if we actually take a look at at their Twitter account, they have 160,000 followers, okay? And then on Telegram, there is over 20,000 members already just before launch. And then there is another 40,000 in the Discord. And that shows there is a big community, active community that is looking forward to Sugar Kingdom to come to life, right? So overall, I like the project. I believe that the launch, the way it's structured, right? There is a very high chance that the launch is going to be explosive. And then the overall sustainability long term of all the plans that they have and the onboarding of all these communities immediately in Q2, that's gonna increase the number of stakers, right? Because there's benefits in actually holding the tokens, right? There's utility. So I can hold my tokens, I can stake it, right? And then whilst there are going to be all these tournaments, I can play on the tournament just buying a ticket, and the 20% of the remaining of the pool, it's basically going to get distributed amongst the holders, right? So I believe it's a really cool project, and I look forward on the launch, which is going to happen, as you can see here, on April 2nd at basically at 2 p.m. UTC time. All right. So what do you think about Sugar Kingdom? Like, let me know in the comments below. Do you like the project? Do you think that the entire system is sustainable? And tell me what you like about the most, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.